What's going on, everyone? Welcome to episode 286 of Littleroot Lessons. I'm your host, Angelo, and I'm joined by the best Blue Kaizo player in history, Carter.
It's not even remotely true.
You're Carter the Glitchless.
Carter the Glitchless.
And of course, the hardest working producer in Pokemon podcasting, Carl. The three of us today, no planning whatsoever, just decided to wear shirts of the waterfowl variety. I have my ducks. I'm assuming that's your NAIC shirt, Carl?
It is.
And Carter.
I'm a serious goose.
No planning whatsoever.
Dude, every time I have worn this shirt out in public, I've had like 3 people comment on it. It's like, yeah, this shirt's fantastic.
Yeah. So no planning whatsoever. That's how sync we're in right now. As we get into our full Regulation H coverage, part 2, for the next, call it 3-ish months. Whenever they let us know we're getting another regulation, which as of right now is we'll get something in November. I think.
Hopefully,
potentially.
Yeah, I think they're playing.
This is actually how we find out that Pokemon's being canceled.
No, Champions is just all a ruse.
Yep.
Yeah. ZA actually doesn't exist. It's all just fan screenshots and videos that have been produced.
Yeah. And speaking of ZA, so we do have some...
Oh, yeah, we had Mega Victory.
Yeah, I was going to say, before we get into the episode, we do have some house cleaning. The first that we're going to do... Housekeeping, house cleaning.
It's housekeeping, that's the word.
Yeah, he doesn't know that, Carl. He has a butler do it for him.
Buddy, I wish I had that money. I don't.
For the record, Angelo, this is the second time I made a butler joke today about you.
We'll get to the first after.
You weren't here.
Did you ask like why I was taking my own trash out and like?
As Carter dies. Hey, no.
Yeah. So Mega Victory Bell got revealed. It is a derpy little friend. It is keeping its grass poison typing. The little description they give is the energy of Mega Evolution has produced such a large amount of acid within Mega Victory Bell's body, that it had to wrap up its own throat to prevent the acid from spilling out. As a result, it doesn't keep its mouth open while waiting for prey like Victory Bell does. Instead, it actively goes after prey to take it down in a distinctively aggressive style. Its massive body can deliver tackles that are packed with destructive force. So, the next thing it mentions is that it has like acid that are capable of melting steel and stuff.
Can it melt steel beams?
Yeah. So, no, we're not turning this into that sort of podcast. I don't
know what you're talking about, Angelo.
I don't either. We don't have abilities on this Pokemon yet. I would love to either see like an upgraded version of Corrosion, or they just upgrade the ability Corrosion itself. I think that would be really neat for the Pokemon. We don't know the stats, so who can say how viable it will be? But yeah, this is cool. It happened. And I don't know, it's just like, look at him, he's like just a goofy guy.
It can't scream at us anymore. That's how I feel.
Yeah. Or if it does scream, the scream will be the least of your worries. The next bit of news, I'm just pulling up Cerebi for this because I don't feel like searching for separate tweets. The first one is, as of this episode, Shiny Chien-Pao is available for distribution. Along with, you can get sets of 100 ice, water, flying, and dragon terra shards.
100's not enough to actually like change your.
Oh yeah, no, you can
change 2 mons.
Oh, I thought it was 400 to do it.
No, it's 50.
It's 50.
Oh, that's way better.
It's so much easier than you think it is.
Yeah, I thought it was like 400.
No, that would have been miserable.
Now you see why I haven't done it. Now you see why I made Carl build all my teams.
This also explains that like why Carter hasn't played the game in like forever.
Yes, a long time. And also, as of this recording, the Tinglu raids are ongoing. So battle your Tinglus. Let's try to keep this streak going of a million.
At this point, there's no way they're only going to give us 2 of them. Like,
I'd like to think that, but you want to be sure.
They won't. I guarantee it.
I have not done a Tinglu raid yet.
I haven't done a single raid yet.
I also actually haven't done a single raid. But we still get the shiny. Now the other main thing is that the first grand challenge for the 2026 season has been announced. Registration will open this upcoming Thursday on August 28th and runs through September 4th, while battles are from September 5th, 0 UTC, through September 7th.
No.
For those of us in the United States, that means that battles start around 7, 8 o'clock Eastern on Thursday night, September 4th, and again, run through the Sunday. You get 10,000 league points for if you do 3 battles or more, and players who have their accounts synced can earn championship points towards their Worlds invite, and it will be a Regulation H event. That was like a question of, will the GCs be H or J, because J is the ladder format. Now this confirms that at least for the first one, we will be playing Regulation H.
I'm not surprised to see that like they're going to desync the formats, because I mean they already have, right? Like your in-person events are one, while your ladder events are another, and I'm not surprised to see that they're going to continue to desync them. But
and this also
I do think it is a little weird.
And well, this isn't the first time it's happened as well.
I know that doesn't mean I don't agree. Like I don't disagree with them doing it.
Going back to 2020, we had Players Cup 2 qualifiers in September of 2020, and that was played in Series 5. Well, the latter format was Series 6. So that was the thought process. I also don't think like they want to have any format with, or anything that is even remotely related to qualifying for Worlds linked with mythical Pokemon.
Pokemon that are easily replicated but hard to acquire. And, you just don't want to do anything with that.
Yeah, so them playing Regulation H with it makes the most sense. I think it's fine. I'm looking forward to it, actually. I know it's my birthday weekend, but I'm still going to try to get some games in. And since we're going to be going into Regulation H,
don't have an excuse to this time, because I have a team built, so...
Yeah, you do.
I'm off that weekend.
Actually, I have your Sneasler. Well,
I have sorry, guys, I can't play. Darn. Angelo, how dare you? Darn.
I actually have to build a team if I want to play, because I don't have a Reg H team. So,
I just sent you one.
No, like on cart.
I just sent you one though.
Yeah. My group last Thursday, because this was announced. Nishant and I were going to ladder together best of 3 on Showdown, and then as we hop on call, the GC is announced. Like, okay, well, screw this. Let's build a server best of 1 team. Like we've done in the past, we've built teams that have gotten multiple people in our group points. As far back as like Regulation C. So we're like, yeah, we can cook up something where at least everyone who tries makes the minimum. And I brought a Pokemon up that I thought was cool, and then my wife called me because she was driving home from dance practice. So I hang up the phone. I leave the building group, pick the phone up for my wife. We talk for about a half hour, and when she gets home, I come back. It's like, hey, there's a full team of 6 Eevees, Terras, moves, items, all set and done. This is the server team. And we've had about 5 people in our group so far use it, and we're like, oh yeah, this cooks. This team is heat for best of 1, and honestly might even
is it super cheesy best of 1 stuff? Or...
No, like it's not cheesy. Like it's just good.
Out.
Yeah, no, it's just like a good team of 6 that works well for best of 1, and with a couple tweaks, like we might have a few people in our group bring it to Monterey or Pittsburgh.
Whichever one they're going to.
3. Yeah, whichever one they're going to. So yeah, maybe some of those Pokemon will pop up when we talk about the tier list. Maybe some won't. Who can say?
Well, seeing how this tier list has every Pokemon in the game in it, I'm sure we'll talk about them, Angelo.
Yes.
Maybe. Who knows? Probably not.
One of the other things we're going to note going into this tier list, there are so many Pokemon, not only just in this tier list, but that you can theoretically use in Regulation H. Just to save time so we aren't here for 3 hours, I think the best course of action is like talk about mons that are either, if it's on a singular team, it's one of the most dominant Pokemon, or like one of the most dominant teams in the format, or it's like this is a mon you're going to continuously see.
I was about to say, because I see 3 in the first row that we could probably talk about.
I see 4.
Is it okay? Hold on.
Okay, let Carter.
3 in the top row. I'm gonna say, Ninetales,
Okay.
Raichu, Clefairy, Clefable.
Close.
Kind of, yeah.
Is it both Ninetales?
No.
So my 3 were Zard, Clefable, and Alolan Ninetales.
Yep. Those are mine, and then you can probably throw like Clefairy in as well.
Clefairy and Clefable are pretty much almost the exact same. They do slightly different things, but
yeah.
And what's weird is in this format, Clefable sees more play than Clefairy.
That's because Clefable's clearly the better Pokemon.
It's because Unaware is a very good ability.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's going through these Pokemon real quick. We'll start Charizard. When I meant you're only going to see Charizard on the Marco Sun team running as a Specs damage dealer.
It's just a Specs spread damage smacker.
But the Marco Sun team is probably like one of the 3 best teams in the format, and is something that you need to have answers into. If you have a bad Marco Sun matchup, you're going to have a very, very bad time in general, whether you're playing best of 1 or best of 3. Going with the redirectors, there are so many redirection mons in this format. Yeah, that's amazing.
I think you said you counted 8.
It's something like, I think it was like off the top of my head, it was like 8 or something that I think will end up on this list. And here's 2 of them. We all know what Clefairy does. The reason, but like, and honestly, you may be able to argue as B. The reason why Clefable is better is because, as Carl said, Unaware. That's an ability that ignores boosts.
This is a very heavy setup format.
Yeah.
Like, setup is so important in this format because our damage output is slightly under compared to what we're used to. Think things like Swords Dance and Dondozo and all that stuff. Like, you having the Unaware Mon is very, very good. And the fact that it just redirects all the hits away from the rest of the stuff without a care in the world. So it's like, oh, they went Swords Dance and now you're just hitting into Clefable. So unless you're hitting it with like Iron Head or something, it's fine.
Yeah. The one reason why, like, and for a while, I'd say if we were doing this time last year when we didn't know how good Sneasler was, honestly, Clefable would probably be an A-tier mon.
Yeah.
The issue is that, like, once everyone
Dire
realized...
Claw's still a problem.
Yeah, once everyone
Dire
realized...
Claw real good.
Yeah, once everyone realized Sneasler was top 5 Pokemon in the format, if not, and, like, the most splashable Pokemon in the format, just the Clefable and Clefairy stocks just dropped. This fairy, though, has been seeing a great uptick. Alolan Ninetales plays a lot of different roles. There are a ton of dragons in this format, so being a fast ice type is unbelievable. You can play it with screens, you can play it with Life Orb, you have Encore Disable stuff. Like, there's fairy coverage, again, another way to hit these dragons. Speed control with Icy Wind. This mon is really, really great. It's really splashable. I know it's a key player on the tank team. Earlier in the format, Agati was using it with Double Dragon as a spec spawn to just take weather and then just dish out insanely fast damage. Alolan Ninetales just overall is a amazing Pokemon in this format and is able to compress a lot of different roles into one for your team.
I will say you probably won't see fairy coverage super commonly.
No,
just mostly because you also just happen to have Blizzard that already hits dragons outside of Archaludon, which fairy moves are not going to help you against Archaludon either as much. So
I'm just
most likely you're just going to run into Icy Wind Blizzard. Sometimes Freeze Dry.
Yeah, I'm just moving some mons up now that we're going to talk about. Give me a second. We'll put both Weezings together because they
grab the Weezings
go together.
That's probably it for Gen 1.
Yeah, for Gen 1, yeah. Like, I mean, like, the Tauros forms are kind of usable, but they just lack damage. And I have seen some people mention Gyarados coming back as another Intimidate
Gyarados
user.
has been fine. It's not been like over the moon fantastic. It's
I also-
serviceable.
I also haven't. I mean, like, if we. Yeah, I think we'll just put these here. And these aren't D. Some of these might end up in D tier, but, like, again, this is just to clear
That'll
them
give us
out.
enough to start.
Yeah, let's start. Let's do all the Intimidators together.
Get all these Intimidators out. Obviously, we're not going to talk about regular Arcanine. Regular Arcanine is not that great. The Hisuian version is the one that just seems head and shoulders above it, even though it's got more weaknesses than the regular one.
So you only really, and this is why, because like the tank team, for those of you who don't know what that is, the tank, it was Grassy Sea Goldango, Rillaboom, Alolan Ninetales, I think it's like Hisuian Arcanine, D-Knight, Sneasler, I believe is the 6.
Yep.
That sounds right.
Pretty
And
close
so
to it.
it saw a lot of success there. Actually, with you mentioning it, earlier in the format, in LAIC, they were using Cantonian Arcanine, and in between LAIC to Toronto, they swapped it to the Hisuian form.
Mhm.
One of the key speed stats that you want to be thinking of in this format is 50, like any in the 49 to 51 range. Max speed Timid Goldango hits 149. Timid Arch hits 150, and of course anything speed creeping it likes hitting 151. Well, Jolly Arc hits 156, and Flare Blitz just deletes Goldango.
Yeah.
Being faster than, honestly, like a mon that, spoiler alert, we will be putting in S tier, and having the ability to like
you might be
force the terror there.
Pretty sure.
Yeah, I will be too, but you know.
So, like, this mon is really cool, and I think maybe we might see it on more teams than just the Tang team. So, like, maybe be safe. Gara and the 2 Tauroses.
I would put Gara above the Tauros forms. Gyarados has a lot more going for it than what just fighting plus X type is.
So, I'll say this. When I was initially testing different teams in Regulation H, like, I was using Water Tauros a lot. And on paper, this mon just feel like it hits a base 100 is a great speed stat. You have really good coverage with close combat, wave crash, aqua jet, all like there's a lot of good things to like. It's an intimidate mon, and then you realize that you're a Moongus bait unless you run goggles, but then you're intimidate bait unless you run Clamulet. But then if you aren't running any of those, like, you have to go with, like, Stellar Terra, honestly, to pick up KOs. You actually miss stuff on, like, the common arch spreads. Like, you're missing that KO. I don't believe you can OHKO Terra Dark Gambit. It feels like you're doing 90 to 95% into everything, when this mon, like, you kind of need to be doing 100%, and then you just get bopped because, like, you're putting so much in the offenses, you can't invest in the bulk, and your special defense is abysmal.
But what I was going to say is Gyarados serves multiple purposes besides just being damage for an Intimidator.
Helping Hand, Taunt.
Helping
T-Wave.
Hand, Taunt, T-Wave. It's got a ground immunity.
Gen 1 gave access to every attack they ever wanted to every mon.
Yeah. Yup.
So Gyarados has all of it.
That's why I was like,
I would put...
That's the part that gets me. The fact that it still gets access to everything is absurd.
Yeah. I would honestly have Gyarados probably in C, slightly above the
I think I would agree with that. I think between the 3 Intimidators there, I like it more than the other 2.
So I'm just going to pull this up, and I'm going to use this for future reference. The only reason why I'm not putting it there is...
Because you're a Gyarados hater, I understand.
No, I love Gyarados. I think it's a cool Pokemon. I'm just going to be looking at official tournaments from last year's Regulation H, not going to be looking at what the grassroots are doing right now. The highest placing Gyarados team last year was, it actually came in 5th at Perth. But,
yeah, exactly. Therefore...
Yeah.
That's honestly why I was pushing
honestly,
it hard,
I was going to say
top 8 at Perth. I remember that
so
one.
you have a top 8 at Perth, and then you also had a day 2 at Toronto and a day 2 at Joinville. And those are the only 3 events it did well at.
Good enough for me.
But yeah, screw it. It has results to see.
I win.
So Hisuian Typhlosion is going to be seen mostly on hyper offensive teams, whether it's a prankster Sunny, like a prankster plus Sunny Daemon. Joe UX9 used this on his variant of the Sun team over the Charizard.
I was about to say it's your Charizard. It's your unfake-outable Charizard.
Yes.
Yeah,
so
it's Charizard, but good.
I
like it way more than Charizard. But I might be biased.
I think
you're
it's
100%
really,
biased.
I think it's a really neat mon. So the Zard, you could always go just Terra Ghost to make it fake out immune.
Yeah.
And I think
but obviously that comes with the downside. You used your Terra on Charizard to dodge a fake out.
The downside there is you're playing Charizard. Yeah, we agree.
Yeah, but also it's like Charizard has better results than the Typhlosion.
Yeah.
With the LAIC win, the second place. This is again, you'll see one of these
Angelo,
two.
We need to talk about something. You're being results based right now instead of vibe based, and that's really insulting to me.
You're saying that because I'm about to put Weezing in B or C.
No, I'm fine with that.
Just going to harsh you.
Whatever.
I'm just going to put both of these here.
They're fine. In this
they're
format.
fine.
Yeah.
Actually, what's funny is I think the poison one is suboptimal in this format.
Yeah, because
aren't they both poison.
The straight poison.
The Cantonian.
I mean, yes, but
having the fairy type is a bad thing in this format because
there's not many
are hard to come by.
Yeah, there are not many fairies in this format, and again, you do to an extent get a little penalized, with when you're looking at Clefable and Clefairy because Dire Claw is in the format.
Yep.
On the other end, the Galarian Weezing, it's neutral, and having just Stab D Gleam is really awesome on a support mon.
You also have 4 times resist close combat too, so
yeah, no, really great.
I would say I will argue on the hill that Galarian probably belongs up here, but Kanto probably doesn't.
So something like this,
probably close to it.
Yeah, okay, cool with that.
I really like Galarian just because you have the option of just being Misty Surge variant.
Mm-hmm. Again,
something very good
Dire
to have.
Claw.
To stop Dire Claw, it's very good to have it.
Yeah.
I would be surprised if you're going to I don't know why you would play the Neutralizing Gas one in this format in particular. Abilities aren't super duper impactful.
Now, see, I'm going to disagree there.
Yeah, I actually disagree with that.
I think a lot of these
are really, really good.
I think abilities are definitely
useful. You'd be surprised how much you turning off. I would rather you try to turn off my ability, and I still get the Dire Claw.
Here's my thought. Is it removes your poison points, there's less of a chance for that. It removes all your cycling that you're
not
doing.
Poison point on the Sneasler. That's
correct. You're also you're 99% of the time unburdened. Yes, but now
I think it's 100%.
You're slower now because your unburden doesn't work.
Your Sneasler is still one of the fastest things.
Yes, but Carl.
Yeah, but no. It's you're missing your Regenerator, your Grassy Surge, your Intimidate, Mind's Eye, Guts, Download, Multiscale. We're going to talk.
Here's
about
the thing,
Vital
though.
Spirit
You're
mons.
also turning that off for yourself unless you're playing Ability Shield. So you're putting yourself at the same disadvantage
you're playing
as your
the
opponent.
Abilities that can't get turned off. If you play
there's only 2 that are relevant in this format, and one of them's on Mimikyu.
Those are 2 relevant abilities, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah,
but Mimikyu's not relevant.
Yeah, and it was I think it's fine. In terms of
I think if you're playing Neutralizing Gas, you are building in a way to abuse it. Obviously, why else would you not be?
Exactly.
I don't think you're just playing it as I want to turn off their abilities, right? And those teams that do that historically aren't good teams. I think. Yeah, I think
the only. There is that Galarian Weezing Toad Scroll team that Wolf brought.
Which is still a team that wants to turn off its abilities.
Yeah,
and
but it's not a good team.
Correct. As someone who played a lot of that team was not very good. I
It's
did
not
not like it.
That was just
That's
Wolf.
all we're trying to get at is if you are playing it for neutralizing gas, you're playing it wrong.
Yeah. These two Pokemon up here are actually good support Pokemon. You can say two of the best. Electabuzz and Magmar play similar roles. They're both Vital Spirit Mons that cannot be put to sleep by Dire Claw. Being able to redirect that Dire Claw with Follow Me is unbelievable. You also have a lot of great techs with them. Starting with Magmar, they both have Taunt. Magmar gets Taunt, right? That makes sense.
Magmar more importantly, can, like, threaten a Mungus.
I'm getting there.
Well,
but
you were taking the long road down to Branson, so we're just gonna get there.
Yes, it can threaten Amoonguss because you can go and click Overheat into it and just delete it off the face of the earth. You also get Taunt, you get Clear Smog.
That was going to be my big thing, is
Yeah,
why I like Magmar more than Electabuzz, is you have Clear Smog in this format.
I will say Electabuzz is a lot faster, and what's nice with Electabuzz is you get the option to either have electric coverage, which is in like solo shot electric coverage like Thunderbolt, awesome into Pokemon like Pelipper, Basculegion, but also you can use your supporter with Follow Me as a speed control mon as well, with super fast Electro Webs. So both of these mons are very, very good. One of the best overall leads in the format towards the end of the format last year was Terra Ghost Electabuzz next to Blood Moon Ursaluna, and you just click Follow Me. If you have to Terra Ghost, you can, to avoid a fake out, you do that, or you just double and protect in front of the fake out. And yeah, you either click Follow Me, or if you aren't really threatened, click Webs and just start spamming out Hyper Voices and Blood Moons. It's one of the best, like, just overall offensive leads in the format. And another really great lead with the Electabuzz as well is playing next to the setup King Gambit, going Terra Dark, playing, or even just not even terroring, just setting up a couple Swords Dances and just thwacking things with Kowtow and Sucker safely next to your Redirection Mon. It's very, very impactful in this format, and you're going to see a lot of the two. That also puts our Redirection counter at 4.
Yeah.
They're also both incredible mons when it comes in Blue Kaizo.
Actually, no, I want to hear this. What did they do to
they buffed the hell out of both of these mons.
Yeah, they both got base stat
like what,
increases.
What they got, like Magmortars and Electivire stats,
but better. Yes.
Yeah.
Hold on.
They got stat increases and better coverage. And...
So mind you, this is Gen 1, so there's only one special stat. Where are they?
While you do that, I'm going to pull up some...
Alright, here we go. Electabuzz is 65 HP, 95 attack, 60 defense, 110 speed, 100 special. Magmar is 65 HP, 100 attack, 60 defense, 105 speed, 125 special. Just, both of them are the best mons of their type in the game, for the record. Like, just absolute. That's not true. Jolteon's better than Magmar, but I mean, than Electabuzz, but like,
that's just because Jolteon's faster,
and like Jolteon gets access to Sand Attack. That's literally the reason. I don't want to sugarcoat it. It's because it has access to Sand Attack.
Fast Sand Attack.
Okay, I just pulled up some mons for when after we move it, but first we do have our first S tier mon, in my opinion. Dragonite is, I think, the most defining, or one of the most defining Pokemon in the entire format. The double support set, Terra Fairy, Tailwind, Haze, Multiscale with Loaded Dice Scale Shot. Like, this mon unlocked so much in the format. I think it's absolutely insane. It's one of the best. It's an amazing support. When you're running Adamant, you always guarantee that one-hit KO. Wall breaking Sash into Sneasler. You're so bulky. You can always get Tailwind up, even though you aren't a Prankster Mon. And we already talked about all of the different sorts of setup. Haze is a screw you button. And also, you can run it, Haze, the same way as a Pokemon that we'll probably say in D tier, the way that we ran Murkrow with Haze, where, your Arch went -2 because of its Draco, your Goldango dropped because of Make It Rain. I'll just Haze that away, and I'm just going to thwap you again after. I like this is if you do not have a way to break this Pokemon or a way to stop it from doing the amount of setup and disruption and support it can do, you will get run through in this format. This, even with just the scale shot, like the solo attack, like that's all it needs.
Well, you can't actually if it's just the scale shot, you just wall it. You just Terra Fairy, and then it can't touch you. So you just.
I'm also going to say this as someone who's played this mon a lot. In most cases, if you get into a position where you let them your opponent Terra Fairy and you ran out of your options, that's not an issue with the Pokemon. You just played the match wrong. You should.
Well, sometimes that's not. Sometimes you just get put into that corner. Like you just got outplayed. That's just all that is. It's not that you played it wrong. It's just you got outmaneuvered by your opponent.
Yeah, and also like a lot of times you'll see this Dragonite with Pokemon that break Fairy types, Archaludon, Goldengo, Sneasler. Like a lot of times you'll see at least 2 of those 3 with the Dragonite. It's just absolutely unbelievable. Like it's definite S tier for me. And if it's not S tier, it's the absolute highest of the high in A tier.
I don't have it like at the top of S. I have it like.
Oh, it's not top of S, but like I'm saying, it is S tier for me.
It's probably the first Pokemon I'd bump down from S to A.
I think I agree with that. I think this is more of a high A.
You're a little overhyping how good Dragonite is, and
I think it is okay.
It is a good Pokemon.
No,
I think you're tuning it just a little too much there.
I love this
because it is breakable. It is actually very breakable in this format.
We'll go through, and as we go, if it ends up being like the high A or like first A, we'll go there. Okay, other Pokemon, the Gen 2 Mons and a Gen 3 Mon that I just grabbed. Also like another bit of weather. Murkrow's D tier. Again, very popular in Hyper Offense. Beginning of the format completely fell off. Oh,
I'd put it in B. B's probably
yeah.
I want to put it.
This is a Sun staple in Junpluff. It's
your Rage Powder, potential Sleep Powder, potential Screens.
Yep.
It's
Encore.
Chlorophyll, Encore. Like you have fast Encore, you have fast Tailwind. You put a Covert Cloak on it, and they can't really like interact with it at all. And so it just kind of gets to sit there and do whatever it wants to do, whether if it's Screens or if it's Tailwind or if it's Encore or if it's whatever. And so you kind of just get to play the gambit with Junpluff, and your opponent has to try and just KO it. Yeah. And if they're trying to just focus down your Junpluff, then your Charizard sitting next to you is sweeping through the rest of their Pokemon. So
I had to go look because I was curious. EK Junpluff does not get Encore, and I think that's really disappointing.
That is sad.
That is.
To be fair, it's not very good in that game, and I think if it had Encore, it would actually be like usable.
Yeah. Since we're talking about Sun, let's just skip all the way to
our only Sun setter now.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Whimsicott we'll talk about later.
That doesn't count as a Sun setter. Whimsicott about as much of a Sun setter as Murkrow is. Let's be honest here.
So it's weird where I know, like when Jay Carter and I did this, like. Especially like early Reg H, the Sun was Prankster's Sun. You never really saw a lot of Torkoal teams. And then Joe and Marco, Joe walked and Marco hopped in a bullet train and took it further on what Sun is in this regulation. And it is, again, one of the best teams you can play. And it's all because of the Torkoal. A lot of times you're going to see this with the overheat eject pack set as a way to pivot in and out. And
notable thing to remember if you're testing this on Showdown, Torkoal eject pack does not work.
What?
It does not work the way it's supposed to.
What does it do?
It will, if they switch in, if Ensign's on the lead, you will switch out before your Sun goes up. Every time.
Huh.
And that is not how it's supposed to work.
That's really funny.
Because weather and terrain effects take priority in the terms of ability order. Mm-hmm. They are higher than stat affecting abilities. So Drought is supposed to go first, and then Intimidate's supposed to go off. But because of the way Showdown's coded, for some reason, Intimidate and the weather abilities
it's
are
just
all on the same
all
level.
abilities go on the
so it goes in
the
speed order
time based on speed order.
Well, So yeah.
So don't do it in Showdown. It works on card, just don't do it on Showdown.
Yep. But yeah, like again, these mons like Zygarde, Hisuian, Typhlosion, Jumpluff, like all of these mons are enabled by
Torkoal.
Um,
Not Ninetales. Not Kanto Ninetales. We don't play that
Yes.
Pokemon. We don't talk about that one.
So other mons, just real quick. I'm gonna put Smeargle in C, but I wouldn't be shocked if we're looking at B or A.
I would be remiss if we didn't put it in B to start.
Can we
You
just,
just
like,
wanna
This
throw it
has
in
the
hell?
potential to do nasty things.
You
I
wanna
hate
just
this
get ahead
mon
of
so
it?
goddamn much. I hate it.
Yeah, I was going
like
to say
in the middle is perfectly fine where it needs to be, because
Yeah.
if it's bad, we can move it down. But if it ends up doing the same thing it's been doing in I and starts trending upwards, we'll probably have to move it up into A eventually.
Yeah. Just going through. Okay, so I'm gonna put Politoed and Kingdra together, and it's really weird because we saw them win a regional. It was
But
with
it was also in the
Parrish,
hands of Wolf.
and it was with Wolf.
So take that with a grain of salt.
And so I think
So
I
that
am
means
going
they're
to
good,
be,
right?
Yeah,
That
I think
means they're fine.
I'm going to be conservative. I'm going to put them in C. I think like the Parrish team's solid. Kingdra I think it was more so the choice with Kingdra. If you haven't already, after you finish watching this episode, of course. I mean, actually, it's going to take you a while because Wolf literally made it a movie. I think it's like 2 or 3 hours or something.
Yeah, it's
for his
a
Toronto
feature
report.
length film at this point.
Yeah, and he explained like he didn't start with Kingdra. It was more so testing the 5 and looking for like through its like the rain mode like abuser, and it's more so he landed that Kingdra was the best mon for the team. Not you can play Kingdra instead of Arch or instead of Basculegion or something on your standard rain teams. Like, it was more so right mon, right time in that role. So I think like with both of them, maybe like in a B-ish, but I think more you're going to see a lot more Pelipper rain.
Yeah, I was about to say Pelipper is the better rain setter in this format just because of its immunity to ground and access to Tailwind and things like that.
T-Tar is B tier. It is the anti-Weathermon. It won a regional. It had in Toronto it had 2 top 8s. You can slap it on like some of these like weird like hyper offense or bulky offense teams as just a way to disrupt other people's weather. It hits all of the other weather setters, like key weather setters, super effectively with its rock type coverage, which is really neat. But it's like you're either running AV and then you can get Intimidate cycled, or you're running Clamulet, and then it's like your special defense isn't awesome even with the boost you get from the sand. I think B is a safe place for T-Tar.
Yeah, one of the things we might see as an adaptation from T-Tar is like going back to the mixed T-Tar sets where we see a little bit more of the random special moves that T-Tar gets access to. That's something that we saw a lot in earlier formats where Intimidate was more of a problem for it, and so you would play Rock Slide as your physical move. You have access to Knock Off, and then you can slap whatever special moves you want in that slot just in case you get Intimidated cycled down.
Yeah, I'm actually Jesus. They're like Gen 3.
You got to grab Pelipper. Probably have to grab.
Sableye?
Milotic, I was gonna say. I don't know about Sableye, but Milotic for sure. Also, you didn't talk about P2.
Yeah, I'm just grabbing stuff while you vamp.
Volbeat Illumise, of course.
Yeah,
you know, listen.
We actually have to talk about one of them.
We're going to talk about my baby.
Is it Illumise?
Absolutely.
Fun fact: Illumise is like busted in EK because it actually gets Encore.
Yeah.
But it's literally only good because it is a fast Encore mon.
Yeah, Sableye. Okay, but we'll do these. Let's talk about P2 first. I believe this is an A tier mon. It is the best trick room setter in the format. It is really, really like it can hit things once it gets the download boost. It's insanely bulky. I think one of the things in general in this format, it's weird. Like in a lot of cases, outside of Incineroar, there's not a lot of like super bulky pieces. Like, yeah, the Dragonite's there, but it's because of its ability and typing more so than like, oh, it's like actual like super bulk stats. P2 is a mon that is very difficult to take down. You have to double into it, and even then, it might not go down. I think one of the things to just show the presence it has on team building, a lot of people going into Toronto, and even people right now, were EVing their defenses to make sure that opposing Porygon 2 receive the attack boost and not the special attack boost. So the fact that that is in the back of everyone's minds shows how prominent of a Pokemon it can be. Not only on like dedicated Trick Room teams like P2, ursaluna, Incineroar stuff, but also on the Marco Sun team, which has this hyperactive Charizard mode along with his own P2 Torkoal ursaluna mode.
I like P2 a lot. It's one of my favorite Pokemon. I love it. It's one of my favorite Pokemon just in general. Being able to have that physical special split with Terra Blast when you Terra is kind of interesting because it always causes headaches for your opponent. Yeah. And overall, I think P2 being good is a sign of a healthy form.
Yeah, no. P2 like
known P2 hater.
Yes.
Has a problem with P2. Next.
Yeah, I know, like, I mean, for me specifically, like, but like my group, you had June Lintner, Keon Cyan, and of course Anthony Lonergan. All three of them, especially Junie and Tony, like they just became the best P2 ursaluna players in the entire game last time we went through this regulation. And so like I have a lot of experience with some of the best players using this mon. I know Tony himself, he thinks like P2 straight up is the best mon in the meta because it can do so much. It can compress so many roles. Yeah. I think it's definite A tier. And joining it in A tier is the best, in my opinion, the best weather setter in the format, Pelipper.
It's probably the best rain setter by far. I think Ninetales will get more mileage as the format goes on.
I think the big thing is like Ninetales as a
Ninetales being fast and speed and a little bit better speed control in my opinion than just trying to set Tailwind. Like there's a benefit of being able to set Tailwind and whatnot, but Pelipper being a
wide guard,
slow Tailwind setter versus a faster Tailwind setter like Whimsicott, like Jumpluff, like Dragonite. You probably will see Pelipper's setting Tailwind less and leaning harder into maybe Wide Guard more. But
I think,
I do think Pelipper's the best rain setter.
I think also thinking general, like in terms of everything, like the flying, like having stab flying coverage is really strong in this format. Of all what stab water coverage just always feels good. And I also think like one of the things is like if you are playing Pelipper, especially in this format, you are playing a rain team. But by playing a rain team, you're enabling like some of the best Pokemon in the game.
About to say if you play the rain team, you're enabling everybody else playing a rain team. So
yeah, but you know it's
and you only have water stab with Weather Ball as long as you can control the weather. That's the kicker.
Yeah.
Is you have water, you have stab as long as you have weather control, and if you lose weather control with Pelipper, you're not really doing anything with Pelipper. Yeah. That's the problem with it being
it turns
the best
into a wide
weather setter. Is it's the one that's most reliant. I am talking. You need to be quiet. Okay. If you can't be quiet, you're going to leave. Okay.
No.
Then you're going to leave.
She said no, Carl.
Oh, I know.
That was a straight no.
I'm trying to let you be in there.
What else is here for Gen 4 while we're doing this? Yeah, I also think the other thing with the teams is that, like, I think in terms of, like, the mons, like, yeah, like, Ninetales also doesn't care about it'll do other things other than the weather, but you'll never see, like, a snow team in this format. It's more so just stuff with snow.
Yeah, that's why I think better weather setter is, like, always, like, take it with a grain of salt. That's why I think Ninetales is probably better at being just like this anti-weather mon. So it gets to be the best weather setter is probably the Pokemon that doesn't care about having its weather up the most, but able to take it away from the people that do.
Yeah. We're just going to bring up these three. I think we're going to keep them at D. Illumise, Tailwind Setter, was cool in Regulation E when Whimsicott didn't exist, and it does, so you're not going to use it.
Yeah, Whimsicott exists now.
Yeah. Sableye, like, does screens, can't get faked out. Like, you have Quash is a fun move. You have weather, it has a lot of tools, but your bulk sucks, and you just, like, it definitely is, like, it doesn't do anything, really.
Quash is good when there's not a lot of dark types and dark type Terras, and there's a lot of dark types and dark type Terras.
Yep.
Well, I think a big part of that is because, like, Prankster Mons are just really good, and, like,
well,
fairy types
so
are also
Sneasler does it
non-existent.
because you're 4 times weak to Psychic.
Yeah, and like your fairy types are also
like
non-existent, so going into it also is just like fine. And yeah, there's a lot of reasons that like Dark Terror is really good, and as a result,
it's not even just Dark Terras; it's just King Gambit, Incineroar.
Yep. I mean, yeah, like the Dark types that are good are really, really good.
Yeah,
and so it's like when you're running into
it feels really weird to talk
dark
about,
types.
like to not mention Dusclops after how good it was for so long in Sword and Shield.
In Sword and Shield, yeah,
it's like it to be non-existent now is just.
It was like solid in Regulation E as the Trick Room setter next to Blood Moon Ursaluna, and then it just everyone's like, oh yeah, Furig's just better at that. Also, like, speaking of stuff that people thought were good in Regulation E, I'm just going to say this. I think Milotic's bait. I think competitive with Milotic is bait. I think if you're trying to play Milotic as an in-sing counter...
Didn't they give Milotic Scald back?
Yes? It's like
yes,
the only mon in the format that gets it?
Yeah. It's not great. Like,
sorry, I guess Miracle can also learn it.
Yeah. Also, it's like...
Yeah, it got Scald back. Milotic immediately gets bumped from D to C. Because it already... Scald is the most... You cannot convince me Scald is the most busted move in the freaking game. You cannot convince me otherwise. When they pulled Scald off all the Pokemon, I was so happy.
You know who else gets Scald? Gyarados.
Yeah, but Gyarados can't effectively use it.
No, it just makes me laugh that it gets it.
But the fact that
Kingdra also gets it.
Yeah. The problem is
Emboar.
Yeah, and Emboar. That one's weird. Milotic's big deal is it also is a Hazemon.
I'm not showing Milotic.
I literally just looked it up.
I'm on Showdown. I'm not seeing it on here.
I literally just looked it up.
I am in the right format, right? VGC Reg H.
Yep. Yeah. No.
It's right here. I see it right here. Scald.
Yeah. It has like a handful of results. And I'll say this: like looking at the results, what was a mon that we put up here, or said like, yeah, like it has. I think its best result, Stuttgart 5th place. I don't know. I just think it's bait. I don't think it's a good mon. You can if you're playing Milotic, good for you. I was actually going to see. The Stuttgart one, actually, it was Haze, Icy Wind, Scald with safety goggles and competitive. So yeah, it was straight up like your anti-BS mon.
Yeah.
And then when you also look at the rest of this team, you had both T-Tar and Chomp without Clamulate on either.
This is literally like its job. That's what it's doing. Its job. It is anti-intimidate with access that'll interact with Icy Wind and Scald.
Yep.
That's all it needs to do.
Yep.
I'll put it in C. I don't think it's that good.
I think it's better than D.
I'm about to say, like, you look at the Pokemon in D and then you look at Milotic.
Yeah, okay.
Like, you have Kingdra in C with Politoed. Milotic's a better water type than both of those Pokemon, in my opinion.
Hey, Kingdra's a better Scald user, thank you.
Kingdra has to have rain to actually be a good Pokemon.
I didn't disagree with you, but...
Yeah. I'm also going to put Salamence in C.
Salamence that's fine.
It was an early Rain Dragon. It gets Intimidate. You run it mostly as a special mon. It's cool. Another C-tier mon, just putting it up there. Like, Yanmega did a thing. What's cool is that after a speed boost, you can outspeed and threaten Sneasler with Air Slash. You also are able to do, like, your fast Tailwind without being a Prankstermon. Being ground immune is really cool in this format because we have another Pokemon that we're about to talk about that is another A tier, in my opinion, in Garchomp. Chomp is, again, one of the fastest Pokemon in the format. I believe like the only Pokemon that will see significant use, like non-Scarf, like Swift Swim boost is just straight up speed. The only Mons faster than Chomp are Sneasler and the Ninetales. So you're like one of the third. I'm just going off the top of my head.
Well, I was gonna say I think Electabuzz sitting right next to it's faster.
Electabuzz as well, yes.
There's actually a decent amount that's faster than Garchomp in this format.
I'm saying, okay, well that's 3, but still, everything below
it's faster than a lot of the base 100s, where base 100 is the average speed that you're looking at in this format. That's what you're trying to get to.
Yep. You can run it with Life Orb, you can run it with Clear Amulet. I know that there were some Scale Shot sets going around. Dragons getting Scale Shot was really great. The Scale Shot's useful at first of all, getting that speed boost itself to make it even faster. And it's just one of the many ways you can go and beat the Sneasler and one-shot it without having to deal with Focus Sash. It's another Pokemon that you would also see sometimes even next to P2 on just generic balance teams, where instead of it being a more dedicated Trick Room team, P2 was just your speed control anti-Trick Room on.
Yeah.
Going into Trick Room, I don't know if Gallade's B or C. I think this is the mon that really makes hard Trick Room really good in this format. Because like the sharpness boost with Clear Amulet, due to the lower power of the format, like that sharpness boost does make it knock a ton of stuff out.
I just don't think it is. I don't know,
it's so
man.
Weird.
Gallade's in a weird spot, right?
It has the potential to be a good mon, but like, I don't know.
Yeah, like I think the thing, and that like I believe in the New England server, I think it was like Cable mentioned, Caleb Ryer. He was like, I don't know why, like everyone was talking about Gallade, and it's like because we're talking about hard Trick Room stuff, and it's like when you look at the mon stats, like it's not super slow. There's a world...
I think the biggest thing going for Gallade is it just happens to also be a wide guard mon.
I was going to say, as wide guard and as speed control.
I think that's actually like the reason you play this Pokemon in your Trick Room is it's a wide guard mon you can put in front of things and just block the spread damage.
But it also is another...
because how you lose a lot of your Trick Room games is they get around the follow me or whatever, and they're going to lean on spread moves or whatever. And that's how you get around that is you have your threatened up wide guard Gallade to come in and do whatever.
Yeah, the wide guard's there, but it can also set the Trick Room itself. Like it's, I don't know, it's a really, it's a Pokemon that I think, we're like looking at it, we're like, why is this not like some like
I think
wide guard speed
Metagross.
Control?
Do we need to talk about Metagross?
So the big thing about Metagross is it actually has the 100% accurate Psychic type move for it now, and it's just another really strong Steel type into this format.
Yeah, but it's like at best at best it's the 4th best Steel type in this format.
But that's still the 4th best Steel type in a format full of Steel types.
Let me see where its best finish was. Its best finish was 11th at Louisville, and then its next highest finish was, so in terms of finish, its next highest finish was 148th place at Perth, where it went 2-5. Its next best record was at Toronto, where it went 5-3, 207. So we're mentioning it. It's a mon you can use D tier.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like it's better than most of the Pokemon we're going to be leaving off this list.
Yeah. Hisuian Lilligant, it's another mon that's like more so on the Hard Sun teams. You saw it. Actually, yeah. Now talking about Golly, I think it's a C tier mon because you're only going to really see it on Hard Trick Room until people figure out other ways to use it.
I don't think there is another way to use it. I think it's literally you want to play Psycho Cut. You want to play Sacred Sword, you want to play Trick Room, and you play Wide Guard because Wide Guard is so good.
Yeah.
Like, that's literally all it does. There's no adjusting that set, Eddie.
Oh no, it's not just in the set. I'm saying it's like if there's another team that needs those exact things and can play that role on.
If you need those exact things, you're already playing Trick Room. It's just like,
well, yeah.
There's no there's not going to be like a soft Trick Room team playing this as your Trick Room center. That's not what you want to be doing. If you're going to do that, you're just going to play P2.
Yeah, probably, yeah. Lilligant, it does some things. It's another fast sleep powder mon.
It's the fast after
the fast
you. That's the kicker.
Yeah.
That's the killer for that one. It's the fast after you. Yeah, that's probably right for Gothitelle too. It's another niche parish trap part piece.
It won a regional. Has Trick Room and Fake Out, which is cool, but again, like we haven't really seen it. What else is? Oh, well, there's the big one. We're just gonna go.
Yeah, get Amoonguss up there.
Amoonguss,
that's what number 6 redirector.
Actually, wait, I didn't even think of so we have because I'm pretty sure you get Rage Powder at Lilligant. That's 1, 2, 3.
I don't know about Hisui Logan.
I'm going to go check right now.
I don't know about that one. Hisui Logan, I'm not sure on.
Does not get Rage Powder.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I don't think that one does, because that one's, like I said, the thing it does is it's fast sleep powder, fast after you. So you're slow, your Torkoal can go next. And just
so that puts it at 6 now. With so Amoonguss, Jumpluff, Electabuzz, Magmar, Clefable. So that's 6. Amoonguss does Amoonguss things. We all know what this Pokemon does.
Yeah, we don't have to talk about this Pokemon. We just know it's good. We're good.
It's insane.
We've already been recording for almost an hour and a half. Bro, we gotta go faster.
Pokemon is really good.
This is another one. It's just like, hey, we saw this one in a Reg I. We know why this one's good. Volcarona is Tailwind, Bug Buzz, Quiver Dance, Rage Powder.
Yeah, so you have the setup sets. You have both the setup set and the setup and the support sets. There we go.
Probably gotta grab Hydreigon there. Yeah. Hydreigon's probably a B.
It's a B.
So Hydreigon's got a very specific niche in what it does, and it's a levitate mon that means that just like you can earthquake next to it. It's really cool. Snarl, if you're playing the AV set, Tailwind if you're not playing AV. A lot of cool things about Hydreigon. Pavilion.
Actually, I think
Pavilion's really cool.
I was going to say, actually, I think it's B as well. Pavilion's another redirection Pokemon. You get both Friendguard and Compound Eyes. Compound Eyes is the more common ability on it, though, because you're running both sleep, like your common set.
You want to hit your moves.
Yeah, you're running Sleep Powder and Hurricane on this.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fun fact: I have all of the Pavilion forms.
Oh.
I literally went through and I collected all of them, so I can play as many as I want.
You're insane.
The one I use when I was using it, I have like the Pokeball one from like a 2014 event.
Let me see if I can pull it all up here. I think the Pokeball one's the only one I don't have.
So you lied to me then.
But that's because it's not available. That's why.
Yeah, I think it was available once like over a decade ago, and that's the one I use. I'm gonna put Prim in B tier, and it was another Pokemon that had a lot of early success. It was, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, I think it still is like one of the best.
It's one of the only like real fairies that are going to play Fairy Stab, and so it's important to note it that it is going to be in the format around still. You're not going to be playing like anything crazy. Most of the time, you're just playing like Liquid Voice, Hyper Voice stuff with it for your Water Stab. So it's just like your other move is Moonblast, and then you can just play whatever other like stuff you want next to it.
Yeah. Just moving a few mons up. So you have Arma, Hat, and Delphox. These are your Psy Spam mons. All of them do different things. You're going to only really see them on like Hyper Offense or Hard Trick Room Psy Spam. Delphox is surprisingly fast. It's like well over base 100. I think
it's like 109, 107.
It's 104, which again is faster than Garchomp. So, and that's like one of the fastest mons in the format. So I think that's just really, really neat. Arma and Hat are just pick your poison. Personally, or at least what I've seen, Hat has found more success in just because it's a fairy type that likes being a fairy and can actually do fairy things.
Yeah, but I like Arma Rouge more.
Yeah. Is doing Decidueye? I don't know. I don't know if it's D tier or C.
It's probably C, just because it's
Scrappy's really cool.
The Scrappy and the triple kick just catches people off. Like the triple arrow catches people off guard every time.
It's also really slow though, but like not slow enough where it's good for dedicated Trick Room. It's a weird mon. Again, this was a very like early staple that has fallen off. I'm also going to put Greninja in C. There's a lot of different ways to use this mon, but the main one is on Rain Arch teams as a way to proc the
you get to do stamina
boost.
Stuff with it.
Yep, and it's priority as well, which is really neat. So, and also since it's priority and you're in the rain,
there you go.
The water.
I literally have all but the Pokeball.
So you lied. Got it.
Because the Pokeball is just unavailable.
Yeah, well.
Yes.
Just ask Angelo for his.
You actually can't trade the Pokeball on home either.
Oh, that's absurd.
Nope. Because it's an charity.
It's a special event Pokemon, so they won't let you trade event Pokemon at home anymore.
Lame.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it's C tier. It's again, we just mentioned earlier, or maybe it was cut. Who can say? Greninja was used on 2 teams that I believe top aided a like 100-person Limitless tour this past.
It was
weekend.
In the Wide League, yeah.
Wide League, okay. So it's being used. It's neat. Yeah. Another C tier is sadly Fergarath. It's just completely outclassed.
Went from really good in I to probably maybe used occasionally in H.
Yeah.
It doesn't do anything in this format. Is the hard part? Is the hard truth to swallow there?
Yeah, the big thing is like there isn't a super amount of priority, so like the Armor Tail just isn't as useful in the format that doesn't have like Shen Pow in it. And I feel like it's a weird thing where it's like in the formats where it's like really, really, really good, P2 is just unplayable. And then on the formats where Porygon 2 is really good,
Giraffe
is bad.
Yeah, it's literally just like, do you need to stop the priority or do you not need to stop the priority? So that's like why it's flipping switch back and forth.
Yep. Another mon, I'm gonna put this in C because you like in 2 major tournaments it was only brought by 1 person. However, in both instances, it did insanely well. June Lintner brought Mian Shao to LAIC and finished top 64 with it on her P2 ursaluna team. And then Tony took that exact 6 to Toronto and came in 9th. Again, the only Mian Shao in the entire tournament and finished in 9th place. The Mon just is able to patch up a ton of different matchups for the P2 ursaluna teams. But like outside of that specific team, not only has it not seen any success, it hasn't been brought at all. So this is another example of if you're running that sort of archetype, take a look at this Mon. And another Mon that you could look at it with that team is the Flamigo. That's the initial flying type and fighting type you would see on the team. You can click Earthquake with it. Again, it's another scrappy Mon like the Hisuian Decidueye, but you also get Tailwind. And so you could be like Brave Bird or Dual Wing Beat plus CC Protect Tailwind and give your Trick Room team like a fast move if you want to like tweak it. Yeah.
Done.
Okay. You want to talk about your favorite Pokemon Grimmsnarl, Carter?
I mean, I like it more than Smeargle, so that's cool.
This is a weird Pokemon because like
it's a fairy type that's not a fairy type, but it is a fairy type. Does this make any sense?
It would run, so you would run Spirit Break.
Yeah, absolutely.
This, and being a fairy type, like, again, we have the Garchomp here, the Dragonite, Salamence. There's a lot of, like, dragons in this format. Being a fairy is great. Having Thunder Wave and Screens is awesome. The only issue is, and let's we've mentioned this so much, we're just going to get to this.
Yeah, a little to the left.
Oh yeah, no. If I wasn't really tiering like
no, I wasn't either, but now I am. So, but it's only for Sneasler. Actually, if you want to go ahead and make another tier real quick above this,
so I don't think it's
okay.
That
I don't actually either. I just think it is.
But it's here.
It is one of those mons that is so definitively defining of a format. Like you have to have a Sneasler plan, and if you don't, you will suffer. It is just.
No, and the thing is, okay, people are going to complain about Sneasler. I think Sneasler in itself is a very fair, very good, but very fair and strong mon. You have a ton
It
of
has a
tools and
ton of counterplay.
Yeah.
But, like, again, you have, just like, just like months before it, you have to have a plan for it. Otherwise, you are going to get ran over. Like, that doesn't mean it's a bad mon. I don't think that means it is too good
broken
by any means. And I think that's where a lot of people misinterpret what we mean. Like, when people talk about this mon, they misinterpret how they're talking about it, of just like, oh, this is too good. I don't think it is. Like,
no, Dire Claw's the issue.
Dire Claw's, click the funny button. When it works, it's really funny. When it works against you, it absolutely sucks. Like, there's no in between.
I think if there was no Dire Claw, if it was just like Poison Jab there, and you were just running a very fast mon with a good attack stat, fast fake out, taunt, coaching, and you just had really good like poison fighting coverage is unbelievable in this format, it would still be used. Maybe it's an A tier mon instead of an S tier mon, but it would still be very good. And for all those things, as you said, Carter, if your team has a bad Sneasler matchup,
your team is bad.
Team.
Yeah. There's no way to put it. It's like, if you have a bad Sneasler matchup, go back to the drawing board.
Yep, you have a bad team. Dire Claw is what pushes it to S tier, and Dire Claw is like what makes it broken. I know I've said this on the pod many times. I prefer mons like Urshifu, Calyrex, and disgustingly.
Yeah, you like things that make other people miserable. Yeah.
Well, I was going to say I like that over like Sneasler, specifically because those mons look you in the eye like a gentleman and tell you exactly how they're going to.
They take you to dinner first. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. No. They wine and dine you. They tell you what's going to happen, and then it just happens. And in that sense, again, it's like, yeah, if you build a bad team into Urshifu, you built a bad team. Sneasler says, am I going to put you to sleep? Am I just going to ruin your speed tiers with paralysis? That focus sash looks
you just
nice.
randomly going to get poisoned and die?
Yeah.
Oh, you lived on 2? Be ashamed if something caused that to not be that way.
It's like nice focus sash.
Idiot.
Hope nothing burns through it. But that's the issue with Sneasler. It's the fact that you click Dire Claw and you and your opponent are just like waiting to see what rolls because they can't plan for it either. Sure, you can hope that you roll the sleep or the para or whatever you need, but there's no way to control that specific thing's going to happen.
Correct.
And that level of variance is why Sneasler is like equally the most definitive Pokemon of the format.
And that's why I'm proposing next generation Sneasler actually gets Serene Grace.
I thought you were going to say that we were going to return to the Legends of Arceus version of Dire Claw, where it also has an increased crit rate on top of everything.
No, actually, we're going back to Gen 1 crit rates.
Oh, Jesus Christ. No, Don, no, not at all. No.
Hold on, I had to do some quick maths.
Well, you do that, and as you're talking about Gen 1 crit rates, the fastest Pokemon in the format is Dragapult. I'm going to put it in B tier. This was one of the first like super defining teams in the format was Dragapult Sneasler balance with Primarina. This was a balance core initially developed and shown off by the Europeans. You would have you would go with your Sneasler, your Dragapult, your Prim, and then like Amoonguss / Rillaboom, Incin, just like other like normal balancy things behind it, and your super fast mode with like Sneasler Drag lead. It is one of the fastest leads you can have in the format, and you can put on so much immediate pressure between the Banded Dragapult and again fake out support from the Sneasler or just the bullshit that is Dire Claw. A lot of the dark types and fairy types that Dragapult doesn't like seeing, the Sneasler loves to see, because that's a mon that can eat a close combat or be knocked out with the Dire Claw. And if it's not knocked out again, rolling some dice. But
Okay.
As the format developed, Dragapult fell off. What is the crit rate if we went back to Gen 1 for Sneasler?
Do you want to take a guess?
37.
Oh, God, no. Oh, absolutely
Okay.
not.
Oh, thank God. What, like 20?
23.4.
That's still too high. That's nope. Jail, prison.
Yes, but you don't want to just roll a d4 every turn and hope it crits?
Yeah, no.
You're right. We actually need to implement both Gen 1 crit rates and make Dire Claw high crit. So it just always crits then.
Moving to not
even going to justify that with a response.
Not even going to justify that. Nope. This is why there was no competitive Pokemon. That's a lie. There was competitive Pokemon officially in Gen 1, but why it never really took off. That and also getting level 100 Mons back then was abysmal. Just moving a few Pokemon in. First of all, Basculegion. That is one of the top ranked Pokemon with Pelipper. You mostly see this with Choice Band and Swift Swim on the rain teams, or you can see it with Adaptability and Choice Scarf on the non-rain teams. I know we were talking about this before.
I also like Clear Amulet on this thing. I know that's kind of a little out there.
No, it absolutely could be a Clear Amulet mon. You get Protect. Like, I can easily see that.
It is a mon that's really good once Incineroar is gone. Like, I think once you can remove the opponent's Incineroar and Rillaboom, Basculegion takes over a game.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
If you knock out half the opponent's team, the one mon is really good.
And even then, it's like, you can have the Basculegion switch in on the Incineroar that isn't doing anything, and you can just take it out with a Wave Crash.
Or just like, flip turn out of there, and like, because obviously they're going to bring back in their Incin, like, cool, now you just got a ton of damage on it while it's coming in, and, like, you're no longer affected by it.
Yeah. And also, like, Last Respects is one of the best cleanup moves in the entire game.
Bananas. There's a reason so few mons get access to it.
Yep. And, of course, like, one of the mons that does get it is insanely powerful.
Yeah, Greavard's really good.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Sand Sweeper, awesome.
I don't know if you know this. It actually got banned in OU, like, the first week it was released, because people are just, like, playing these really bad teams of, like, set hazards, die, alright, and you're dead. Set sand, click sweep.
Yeah, no, it's, the thing that really balances Last Respects in VGC is the fact that it can max out at...
Like 150?
It's maxed out at 150. In
200, right? Because it's base 50.
No, 250.
I thought it was base 200. I thought it was base 50 and gets plus 50. Is it base 100?
No, it's base 50. It's if your 5 Pokemon die. I think it goes.
No, I'm talking about in VGC. You can only get a
VGC?
plus 150 boost to it, so it would go to 200.
No, I think it's forever. How does this work? Give us a second, folks.
Starts with 50, gains an additional 50 each time a Pokemon on the use site is fainted.
Okay, for some reason I thought max out at 150. So yeah, max out at 200, which is, again, even more of a reason to use this, and what makes it such a menace in the format.
Yeah, it's like, if Rage Fist required no setup other than, like...
Your Pokemon
which, like, is going to happen anyway.
Yeah. And also, I'll just throw this here. We'll talk about Rage Fist after. The two Indeedee forms are split. For once, Indeedee male is actually better than Indeedee female.
Indeedee male's really cool, man.
Yeah. No, actually, you play this mon. You tell us how it.
Okay, so Annihilate is really powerful for a multitude of reasons. Wrong mon.
I was. We'll get. That'll be the next one. But yes, what is the Indeedee male?
So I mean, like, it being able to actually be like an offensive presence on these hyper aggro teams is like the reason like it's seeing play over Indeedee female right now. I also think that like Indeedee female, you're not like primarily you ever saw it on like these Trick Room teams. I don't think Trick Room is all that great in the current format. Like, yes, there are mons that like are Trick Room oriented and have like play outside of them, but I think that's the big reason that like I'm not the biggest fan of Trick Room right now. It's just like the mons that are playing like that are good in it don't need it to be good.
Yep.
Whereas like Indeedee just like can just do a ton of damage. Like your form of terrain control, like to be able to take over that game as well. Psychic terrain plus Sneasler is really powerful because guess what? Now you're not able to outspeed my Sneasler with priority. I'm proccing my Unburden, so now I'm going to be faster than your Sneasler. Like there's a lot of reasons that like terrain is really good, and being able to manipulate it in a way where it's beneficial to you is good, right? Like I mean,
yeah,
there's a reason like Giraffe has been played historically. There's a reason that like Serena has seen play historically. There's a reason Ndidi has and continues to see play historically. Like
stopping priorities important.
Yes, being able to move first is really important.
Yeah, and as you said, like the Ndidi's offensive. This is another the Sneasler Ndidi lead. Another insanely powerful.
I did it a lot in Louisville. Yes, smash people and make them sad.
No, this is one of, and even now, one of the top hyper offensive teams. It's Male Ndidi, Sneasler, Blood Moon Ursaluna, Electabuzz, and then like the last two spots. It's usually Talonflame +1. That +1 is like a matchup mon, so to speak. Or like Volcarona plus what's it called? Like it could be like Talonflame plus Ape, or Volcarona plus T-Tar, Talonflame plus T-Tar. But in general, like that offensive core, I believe 2 episodes ago we talked about it as like one of the best mons for, or like best comps for like playing hyper offense. And it really is because of how amazing these 2 Pokemon are together. Now the Annihilate, this is a mon that you can do a lot of things with.
Oh god, now, I absolutely love Annihilate.
So again, you can start this off. I'll close it up with the Ape.
All right, so Ape. There's a lot of things that you can do with it. Primarily, one of my favorite things to do is being able to just click Bulk Up next to a Follow Me mon, and then guess what? Your opponent's really sad because, well, if they punch your Ape, you're getting Rage Fisted, and if they don't, you're just gonna Drain Punch them, and you're able to do a ton of damage fairly quickly. Like you also have access to like doing beat up things to make your Rage Fist even better. You have like the Scarf set that's running around, which like coaching and like Final Gambit. If you really need to be able to just like nuke one thing, like this is a way to do so. Like, oh, you have a really threatening mon. No, you don't. Go away. and an auto delete button is really powerful.
Yeah, no, this Pokemon, really the only thing in the format that Final Gambit can't just, like, handle immediately off the top of my head is Amoonguss. I know it's, like, again, I talked a lot about this Dragonite. One of the best ways to get rid of Dragonite in this format is to just click Final Gambit and just play 3v3, but they don't have their Speed Control Mon or their, like, BS, like, Mon with Haze or their Sash Breaker. And, you know, you're the one clicking Final Gambit, so you're setting that terms of engagement. There's even Sash Final Gambit that's been running around where you're max speed, a lot of attack,
and
Stellar
like,
Terra.
You have multiple like useful abilities. You have Defiant, which really punishes Incin players. You also have Vital Spirit, which is like
it's good.
It's fine. I wouldn't ever play it over Defiant, but like being able to. So looking at like my Louisville team, right? Like you were like Psy Spam plus Mouse Ape, right?
Yeah.
Psy Spam loses to Incin, which then means Ape is really good into that matchup because, well, guess what? You know what's really good against a dark type? Your fighting type that makes them really sad when it hits the field before them.
Yeah. and then it's like, oh, you're going to Terra Ghost? Well,
guess what? Get Rage Fisted, idiot.
Yeah. I'm going to go from one fist to the other. And a lot of times, historically, we've seen Maushold, which I'm also putting in B tier. Also, just to count the redirectors, because we technically didn't even count Sneasler.
Like 14.
That's 1, 2, 3,
106.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And we're still missing one. Wow, when I was doing this off the top of my head, I counted 8. That's nuts. Maushold, it's just, you know what it does. It has a lot of tools. You can either go with these pop bomb sets, beat up sets.
I love Maushold. I love, like, as much as I love Ape strung together, right? Like, Maushold is, like, really, really useful too, man. Being able to just, like, do a ton of damage with Pop Bomb. You have, like, speed control in the form of, like, Thunder Wave. You have Super Fang, which can just, like, casually doing 50% to whatever you need to can be detrimental. Like, what other mons, like, I shouldn't say that. There's a lot of mons, but, like, being able to just, like, nuke an Amoonguss for 50% and then pick it up with whatever else you need to, like, can be a, like, game-changing situation.
Yeah. No, it's again, anti-sash, it could be anti-BS, it's BS in itself, but it's ethical BS. I think it's a really neat mon. Again, just throwing a few mons up that I'm going to say that they're relatively, like, B-tier mons. I feels like Baxcalibur should be better, and it just isn't there.
Thermal Exchange is so close to being good. Like, they had the potential to make it really good.
The thing about Baxcalibur, it's not even the abilities that, like, is what should be good. Baxcalibur's damage is just
yes, but, like, imagine how much better it would be if, like, Thermal Exchange is an actual ability.
Yeah. Oh no, it
is an ability for the most part. Like, you still can't be burned.
Word Willow. Yeah, that's nice.
Like,
but no,
Willow immunity is actually, like, really important on my physical attacker.
Yeah, no, to me, like, Baxcalibur similar to, like, what Mamoswine was in Gen 8. When you're looking at this mon, and I'm like, yeah, this should be, like, a menace on paper, and in practicality, like, it is good on a handful of teams, but it's not as good. It's on your team of 6 mons. Maybe it's, like, your 5th best mon. Like, you aren't, like, excited to bring it out in every game. And a lot of times you will see it with Dondozo. There's 2 different ways to play Dondozo. For the way we will see it with Baxcalibur is that you will actually see, like, solo Dondozo,
the solo
on balance
Dozo
teams.
Bozo.
And of course, like, there is the setup Dozo. We're not going to put Tatsugiri on here because you're never going to see a solo Tatsugiri. But the solo Dozo as just, like, a yawn fissure bot that's super bulky and is tough to get rid of. Like, it can just play the water type role on like, balance teams that, like, need a water type.
It does the water type role actually surprisingly well.
It does very well.
This is, again, where Unaware is actually really good, because you can just click Liquidation into defense boost mons, and you still are dealing decent damage. And if Liquidation is not picking up the KO, you probably should just be clicking Fissure. Anyway.
Yep. And the more times you click Fissure that your opponents let you click Fissure, the more rolls you get.
Yep.
Disrespect your opponents. Going to another B-tier mon, Komao. This is another mon that appreciates that there aren't a ton of fairies in the format.
Yeah.
It can do a lot of different things. You have the Klingri Soul set up, and you also have Klingri Soul, you have Iron Defense Body Press, and I believe you also have Belly Drum on this thing.
You can do the Belly Drum stuff. I feel like if you're gonna set up, you just do Klingri Soul because it's less HP. It's not as big of a boost, but it's less HP.
Yeah. And if you're doing the Klingri Soul as well, you'll see it a lot of times with Throat Spray, so you can go +2 on the special attack, then +1 with everything else. Again, it has a lot of great abilities. Soundproof to stop attacks like Hyper Voice, and Hyper Voice, Snarl, and Parting Shot, while Overcoat makes you pretty much immune to the powder moves. Ignoring Rage Powder and ignoring Spore and Sleep Powder is really, really great. Again, it's a mon that it takes a lot of effort to get it going. Yeah. And it's like, that's why, like, you have to dedicate it, and the second it falls apart, like, you lose a lot of your damage. I'd say the last mon I threw up here,
Sinistra.
Where did I put Sinistra? I put Sinistra in B tier, which gives us a dozen redirection mons. This is a mon that really popped off later on these, like, rain teams that the Torviv ran. I believe it was the Torviv rain came 2nd place at LAIC. Instead of you run a Trick Room rain team, or a rain team with a Trick Room mode, and instead of going with the P2, you go with the Sinistra, which acts as your grass type, your Fake Out immune.
It's more role consolidation.
Yep. You're able to sustain. This is a mon that 2 years ago on the pod in Regulation E, we always had this on Fraud Watch, and it never got off Fraud Watch. I think it's finally a little off Fraud Watch, or at least we've significantly tempered our expectations.
Yeah, it gets scalded. It's really good.
It's fine.
Oh my god, it does get scalded.
It does
get scalded.
It gets scalded.
So we're going to go the last 6 mons. I'm going to just tier them, and then we'll talk about them real quick. And as we already said, the tiers outside of Sneasler being number 1 aren't in order. I will say, actually, I'll do this. I do think Rillaboom was my first cut from the S tier. I think you can argue swapping Rilla with Dragonite. Hell, I also think you could do it like this.
No.
I think it's a very good... I just don't think it's as good as the 6 mons ahead of it, or 7. It's very, very good. You have a lot of roll compression. You get the speed, you get the terrain control, the fake out. I just feel like it's walled by a lot of with the amount of dragon types in this format and the amount of steel types. Like, towards the end of the format, people were dropping U-turn at a considerable rate over and running high horsepower instead. If I can just quickly, let me just get that number
I am a
real
big
quick.
proponent of the drum beating high horsepower sets.
I was going to say the drum beating high horsepower set was a very cool adaptation.
I was going to joke about drum beating, but like, it's actually just a good move.
Yeah, no, max speed Jolly drum beating was just a good set. And
the big thing about playing drum beating in H is you don't necessarily always need the wood hammer damage for Rillaboom to do well.
Correct.
Drum beating just being this average power speed drop control move. It's for your jolly Rillaboom it's actually really, really good.
Yeah.
You mentioned really early on the breakpoint for Golden Go. Fun fact: this will it always outspeeds Golden Go if you
if you're Jolly max speed. That's another one. Just going by Toronto stats, high horsepower was the 4th most used move on Rillaboom by a wide margin, 63.64%. The next highest was U-turn at 19%. To just show, like, it pretty much had to have this ground coverage because of the number of steel types in the format. And ground coverage is very important, as you can see by the other 2 Pokemon next to it.
I'm about to see the Pokemon next to it. It's
the bears are unbelievable in this format. You can run them on pretty much everything. You saw Ursaluna Hisuian on balance, on rain, and on sun. Like a balanced TR-ish, rain and sun. Well, the Blood Moon Ursaluna is one of the best special attackers in the format. And again, you saw this on balanced teams with Sneasler, Goldango, and Dragonite. It was, like, as we mentioned earlier, Electabuzz plus Blood Moon is one of the most threatening hyper-offensive leads we've seen. Weirdly enough, you actually didn't see Blood Moon Ursaluna much on Trick Room, and that's mainly because it is 2 points faster than the Hisuian variant. Yep. And
those 2 points actually end up mattering a lot. Because it lets you hit certain speed stats going fast as well.
Yep.
And so a lot of what you see is we call it the cocaine bear because it's the faster bear. Yeah. And you will set up with like Tailwind, and then you just start outspeeding everything because you have Tailwind and they don't, and they expect you to play slow, and so it creates this fun matchup of I can play slow or I can play fast depending on what my opponent wants to do. Whereas regular Ursaluna kind of is just pigeonholed into that slow matchup all the time.
Yeah. And I'm going to make it like this. The last 3 months we're going to talk about, these are the 3, I think, like, the 3 best, the 3 steel types: Archaludon, Goldango, and Kingambit.
I'd argue you probably could put Kingambit in A.
It's
it is the clearly, like, worst of those 3.
I think
it's a steel type really in type only. It's not even playing steel coverage a lot of the time. That's the.
I think this mon's an absolute monster. I think putting it in A tier.
I think you're over. This is another one where you're kind of overhyping it a little bit.
I
would argue Dragonite in S before I put Kingambit in S. That's how I think Kingambit is good, but it's not Goldango, Archaludon. Like, good.
I was going to say, I think Goldango and Archaludon are the better of the 3. I do believe that all 7 of these mons for me would be S tier. And we'll start with Kingambit. There's 2 main sets. The main one you're going to see is the double dark black glasses with Swords Dance, Terra Dark. One of the other things that you'll see on this set sometimes that people were moving into because of how annoying redirection could be, running safety goggles over the black glasses, you're losing out on a bit of damage, but making sure that you can actually click Sucker Punch in front of an Amoonguss or a Sinistra or, like, again, any of the numerous Rage Powder Mons we have down here, that is important on itself. And I think that's going to be something that we'll see. And of course, if you want to just run the coverage moves, slap an Assault Vest on it, you have Low Kick, which is, again, awesome into a format with other steel types,
other heavy steel types.
Yep.
Specifically heavy. You got to be heavy for Low Kick to be good.
And the bears. You could run Terra Blast. It's awesome. Dingo is just amazing. The most common set we've been seeing recently is just going max timid with Life Orb, but the Tang team, you're using a bulkier spread, you're using Grassy Seed. You get a Grassy Seed Goldango behind screens, and you might as well just have your opponent sign the match slip.
Yeah.
And finally, Archaludon. This is the mon that breaks Pelipper. The reason why Pelipper's an A. This is the mon that breaks Rain. Having a 600 base stat mon that's Steel Dragon that can set up wall, doing a ton of damage, that if you attack it, sets up itself with its ability.
What's funny is, if it didn't have Electroshock, Archaludon probably isn't that good.
No, it's probably like
this is a situation of where the move makes the Pokemon busted, not necessarily the Pokemon actually being good.
We kind of talked about that with Sneasler, and it just being the opposite. Like, Sneasler's just good, and like
Dire
Claw
and it just happens to have Dire Claw. Like, if you take Electroshot off of Archaludon, like, what is it doing? It's clicking Flash Cannon, Body Press, or Dragon Pulse, or Draco Meteor, and that's all it has. I think the situation for Archaludon is, if you can either take away the weather or make it to where Electroshot isn't the optimal thing to be clicking, you've neutered that Archaludon immediately.
One of the things that we have seen, though, later in the format, and as we're going through like the grassroots aspects of like Reg H Part 2, is people just deciding, hey, I'm just going to run this as a Power Herb Sturdy Mon with Terra Electric. Fun calc is that Terra Electric Electroshot one-shots Goldango.
Yeah.
So, like, that's not even, like, they can't even Terra out of it. So that's, again,
I mean,
a fun
they
calc.
could, but...
Well, yeah, if they go Terra Ground. If they decide
Terra Ground, Terra Grass, Terra... Like,
yeah,
like there's enough options they could do it. Dragon's popular enough on Goldango that you might have to, like, keep an eye out for that, but...
I was going to say, what was... So, at
it's
Toronto,
usually water. I think it was water, grass, dragon.
Water. It was water by a wide margin, followed by steel, flying, and dragon was fourth at just under 10%. Water was like almost half the field was water at about 49%, then 25% steel, and about 13.5% flying. The steel types you'll see mostly.
The steel types are just there just to take advantage of Metal Coat and just spam.
Yep. Also, like, honestly, like, you could be like Specs or Life Orb. Like, I know Calvin went and ran Life Orb, Terra Steel on a balance team just to have a
bigger nuke
pivot. Yes, but yeah, like be able to calc and be a bigger nuke there. So people have done it. It's just like, again, a lot of things you can do, and people are really exploring. Like, it's not just the stamina set you can run in Rain. You can run this with like Power Herb. I believe Wolf ran Arch. He ran it off of a Rain team in Louisville, and then I also believe that he ran it with a Power Herb again in Toronto. So that was on a team with Rain. He's still
like, you still want the Rain. You can still abuse the Rain. And what's funny is enough Rain teams are going to be around where you don't necessarily have to run the Rain set. Being that Power Herb means you also get to play Protect, which is important because Archaludon, a lot of the time, once you're like done clicking Electroshot, you're kind of just sitting there just waiting for something to happen. And so being able to Protect means you aren't just taking free damage while you're picking up KOs.
Yeah. And yeah, so I'd say, like, this is where I'd have it. I mean, if you guys are going to say, I'm going to do this in good faith.
Like I said, I would honestly probably, like I said, I don't think King Gambit's an S tier Pokemon. I think it's just another really high A Pokemon.
I think it's S right now.
I think if you go to early Reg H, it was S tier, but as the format has gone on, it's gotten it's done less and less.
I think it's I'm pretty steadfast. It's like a very it's like I'm pretty steadfast on it being S tier. And that I'll move the Rillaboom up because you're right. Like it is weird. Like even though it's a weird bomb where the usage is like it doesn't. Whenever I use the Rillaboom in this format, I always feel like it's not as good, and that is probably more of a me thing.
Yeah, but that's just a you thing.
But then you look at, well, I mean, I also I prefer Amoonguss more because I'm a sicko. But yeah, like it has the usage and everything to back it. I'd say this up here, I'm good. Again, there are other Pokemon you can use. There are other Pokemon that have succeeded in this format. I know one we didn't bring up that did win a regional, and I had to do an apology video for was Excadrill. Excadrill, like, Sand is fine when it pops up. And Excadrill, if T-Tar or dedicated Sand becomes even better, that becomes an option. But overall, when you're considering building teams, whether building with yourself or for yourself, or like trying to figure out what you need to build against, these are the mons to keep in mind. And there's a lot of them because there's a lot of really cool Pokemon in this format. So, with all of that,
is there anything else that I missed? Go scroll through the bottom.
We'll just do a real quick scroll.
Quick.
And while I'm down here, I'll just grab Excadrill.
No. We talked about Excadrill slightly.
I was going to say Hisuian Samurott was a thing for like a week.
Yeah, that one. They talked a big game. It's not that great.
No, again, it's another neat sharpness.
Overquill's fine. It's not great in this format.
And technically, like
Toadscrull's whatever. Toadscrull's as good as your Weezing matchup is. If your Weezing matchup's not great, then you're just really in trouble.
Yeah, like the Toadscrull was a thing, and where is the? Did I just go by? Oh, there's the Excadrill.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put you in D tier. And you're bad. You're D. Yeah. That's it.
I'm scrolling through the usage stats to see if there's anything we didn't talk about. There's technically an Obama Snow in a top 64, but I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good on that one too.
Let's see here. Anything crazy jumping out? A lot of Kilowattrel. That's
actually, that is a thing that happened. I'm gonna put that because we do have the villain. Kilowattrel was another mon that was used either with like those balanced teams, the flying type, the P2 ursaluna teams, or the P2 Garchomp teams. Being an electric type, that's cool. It's an actually good competitive Pokemon. And stab electric attacks are pretty neat.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
I don't remember its ability. It's something weird.
No, it gets competitive.
Yeah, I know there's competitive, but the other.
Wind Rider.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, when it sets Tailwind, it goes +1, or like when you send it in Tailwind.
Like whenever it gets hit with a wind-based move or something like that. It's just the Bramblegast.
Yes. And that is our tier list. So, as always with these lists, what Pokemon did we not mention? Where was your favorite Pokemon rated? Would you make any other tier changes? Let us know by contacting us at Littleroot Lessons on Blue Sky.
We're not getting out of here just yet. Carter said he's got a special draw Pokemon.
Yeah, who's drawing this week? I vote Angelo.
Okay. Get it up, bub. I'm about to say we're not going anywhere until we do this because Carter called it out. He wanted us to draw this week. So.
Okay, well, Matt, why is it? There we go. What am I doing?
Mega Victory Bell.
I hate. Oh no! Wait, never mind. No, this is great. Okay, so we're just gonna. We have the just real round,
real thickness.
Just in the skinny. and we're just gonna.
This is the easiest drum you've got.
Have your little like your little eyes.
So Angelo had this, and I'm sure you'll probably edit it out so it won't be visible on screen, Carl. But Angelo had this "Which Pokemon are you?" quiz, like just advertised at the bottom of his screen for the entire like thing. So I went and found the quiz and took it real quick. According to this, I'm Pikachu.
Oh,
and it
So
it just makes me think. Is this actually like logical? And they just go, yeah, everyone is Pikachu.
everybody's Pikachu.
No, wait, that's the lines. I'm trying to think. I do have to freehand.
Yeah, just freehand it. What are you doing?
You're gonna have to freehand it. It's easier.
Okay,
it's
so
easier to
we're
freehand.
So we're just going again. Just
big old thickums.
And we're just going to go like that and that. That's.
I thought that's only appropriate. We literally got a new Pokemon announced. It's only appropriate that we force Angelo to
talk about it.
Draw it.
Okay,
We torture Angelo into doing this.
Do the little eyes. Just the little lifeless eyes.
Oh, those are
some eyes.
Those are definitely eyes that exist.
Shit.
Those are some eyes of all time.
I'm just going to no. Is there a way I can like?
Oh no, you don't get to duplicate it. You have to freehand it.
Okay, well there's that. Okay.
They'll just be wonky. It's fine.
How am I going to do the lips?
I don't know because I don't remember what the hell this thing looks like. Like I have not. I have a general idea, but not enough. I have it
in my head. I can see it right now.
No, whoops. No. God damn it! I need you there.
So goofy looking. I love it.
You here. I now need to go here. I think it's like that. We're going to do. Yeah, that's good enough. I'm gonna. One moment. I'm thinking. Okay, so I'm gonna go here. I'm just gonna handle stuff like so. You're green. And so you're that's the whole screen. Jesus Christ! I did not connect something somewhere. So,
I think I know where.
like up here probably. So how do I fix that?
Zoom in.
Pencil tool and zoom in.
Where do I zoom? Oh, zoom.
Well, you're not on zoom anymore.
Oh, it's right there. So like. I think I like erase this.
I love making Angelo do this because he stresses out about it so much.
No,
hey, that's yellow.
Carl and I are just like, yeah, sure, we'll just freehand it. And Angelo's like, how do I make this the best while also making it absolutely look the worst?
No,
pineapple.
Yellow.
Pineapple.
Yeah, this is a pineapple mon.
Always has been.
How do I zoom out?
I'll give you some cheat codes. You can control with
there.
it. Let's see, you're using a touchpad, right? Yeah, you can just like control and drag on the mouse pad.
Okay. Then we have the little. They're like
the little polygons.
Yeah, we have like these things here.
Pineapple.
And they're like, and then we're gonna fill this in.
Boop 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 boop.
And then the last thing I need is here. I do that. I make it thick. No.
Whoa.
It's
that's some thickums. The questionable neckwear.
Attaches right here.
Bam.
Right to the leaf.
Proud of you.
I can spell.
Alright, are we done?
Yeah,
no, I'm
He's
signing
it right now.
So a lore story for Victory Bell. Like I remember getting remember the Burger King Pokemon cards?
Yes.
I remember I think it was 3 or 4 getting one, and Victory Bell. Yeah, it was Victory Bell, and I was happy because I was able to read it and pronounce the Pokemon. I also can't remember how to spell it. I think it's like this. I know it's 1L, not 2.
It is 1L because the Game Boy cannot have that many characters.
That's what I figured. Okay, so how'd I do? I'm going to stop.
It's a mon of all time.
I'm going to stop sharing. Can we pull up the?
I don't know if my Google's going to let me actually screen share.
One moment, I can try.
It didn't like me doing literally anything else earlier, so.
Okay, well I did spell it right, and oh man, I already have it. I'll just go.
Yeah, I literally sent it in the Discord.
Yeah, I'm about to say all you had to do was copy paste it into here.
I was going to say we already have. Well, I was.
We also literally looked at it earlier, so that was your opportunity.
How did I forget the little armies?
And more importantly, the mouth is on top.
Oh, the mouth is on top. Oh god, you know
the picture plant. It's a picture plant. Like, how'd you forget?
Yeah, well, you know.
No, listen. Carl is a flycatcher.
No, it's the flycatcher Pokemon. It is based off a picture.
Oh,
plant.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Anyways, you know, I'm fine. I'm gonna.
It was a drawing of all time, and I loved it.
It was a drawing of all time. I think honestly, that was probably like one of my better ones.
It was definitely one of your easier ones to do.
Also, one moment, JPEG.
Can we talk about how everybody just seems to hate this design for some reason?
Oh, I love it. It's so goofy.
Yeah, like people have gone and it's like, oh, like I want me to tell you what really the bad part of bringing Megas back, or at least like the part that kind of sucks, is people have been drawing like concept arts for other like Megas for so long, and I'm not saying that concept art or like artists are bad or anything. Like we know that the reason why we didn't get Mega Flygon is because whenever they tried to design it, it looked like someone else's fan art.
Yeah.
But like everyone's been doing like it's like the cool edgy like stuff, and when we finally get it and it's, you know, a goofy mon, because this is a kids game in the grand scheme of things and it is made for kids and it's going to be goofy.
I personally love that this Mega is goofy.
Yeah, it's great. I like goofy Megas are cool.
Like, I was not a fan of most of the Mega designs the first time around, but this one, like, I like this one. I like this one a lot. I like how goofy he looks. He's just a goofy boy.
Comparing this to Mega Dragonite, I love this design, and Mega Dragonite can like go jump off a bridge.
Mega Dragonite fits so in the theme of like the older style Megas.
It's
where
so
like
dumb looking.
Extra things, and it didn't need the extra things. There was some cool stuff they could have done with Mega Dragonite, I feel like, and they just like, we're gonna add extra wings because that's what we do to most Megas, is we just add extras. Extra spikes, extra claws, extra body armor,
extra weight,
whatever, extra weight. Which, not saying that this is not like what they're doing with Victory Bell, but enough of the design around Victory Bell, like, you don't think of Victory Bell being just like a chubby plant. And so the fact that the Mega is a chubby plant is a nice thing. All right, Mega rant over.
Okay. And yeah, I was going to say, you know, we already tried doing the let's get out of here thing, but yeah, if you want to talk like your opinions on these Megas, your tier list, did we tier anything too high, too low, anything we missed, where Pokemon that we didn't tier that you think should have been tiered, let us know all about that, and you can go and put that in our YouTube comments at Littleroot Lessons on YouTube, where you can find this video and all of our other videos, podcasts, and anything else we put out there. You can go and message us on social media at Blue Sky at Littleroot Lessons, and then the three of us specifically at Mr. Missouri 25, at Musical, and at Rose Tinted Cheeks. You can also follow Carter on his VOD channel on YouTube, and also he's been doing, not this week because his computer's been broken, but when the computer is actually working, his attempts on Emerald Kaizo on Twitch.
I streamed the last couple
and of course,
days.
Yeah.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
Awesome.
He streamed today, actually.
I did.
Awesome.
You would know that if
I
you
didn't
ever tuned in, Angelo. But, you know.
I was there for when it...
I can't even get my friends to watch, so it's fine.
I was there for when it mattered.
Okay. It's fine.
You can also talk... You can get those notifications on Discord, You can join us at our Littleroot Lessons Discord, along with all of the other conversations that are going off. We do have a lot of people in our community that are starting to kick off, going to regionals. Locals are starting up in a week, and so it's going to be a great time for everyone to get back in. If you haven't been playing the restricted format, this is the format to come back in.
Yeah.
Get going, get your legs back under you, because soon we will be playing a brand new game, and you'd rather have those reps in now than be starting from square one. And with that all being said, I think that is everything.
Yep. Bye. Wave, Carter.
I waved.